Hi everyone, I'm Deb Keyes with Stampin' on the Hill. Today is another Way Back Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. So there's a backstory along with this one too. Way back when, tools and techniques and sometimes colors come and go. We've seen several colors just this year come back that used to be like either one of the in colors or anyway, colors, things just come back. So when I was looking through the new mini catalog, let me show you the mini catalog here a second. So when I was looking through this new mini catalog for this year, it's January through April 2024, I noticed, don't forget the celebration, we'll talk about that in a minute. I noticed there's a Brayer. Well, we used to have a Brayer way back when. It's over here. It's $16 in case anybody's interested. We used to have a Brayer way back when. Actually, it seems like we must have had a couple different Brayers because, let me switch back here, because the in my book, I've shown you my book before. Actually, I guess I should have just kept you down. I've got two of these books. They're I don't even know what size books they really are, but they're little books. So anyway, there's rubber bands on a Brayer technique, and this one is funny because it says to use the acrylic Brayer. I don't remember ever having an acrylic Brayer, although when they did change things up a bit, I got this Brayer, and I'm going to use it again today because I don't have the new Brayer yet. So I still have the old Brayer, still works just as good, and if you have it, I encourage you to use it. But so I'm using the new Brayer for this my old Brayer from Stampin' Up from way back when for this technique. Let me push this back down to here, and I'll show you. This is my Brayer. I know, I don't even know. Maybe I never got it from Stampin' Up. Who knows? Maybe. I guess I don't even remember. Anyway, it comes off. This comes off. Well, I can't get it off right now, but it really does come off. Because then I took some rubber bands and I wrapped them, just to make them fairly snug. Wrapped them around here, and then I snapped it back down into there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my stamping piercing mat and some scrap paper. You can tell that, until it's like totally saturated, I just keep using it. So we have that, we have this. We also have, this is just a piece of white cardstock, basic white. It is 4 by 5 1/4. All right, so, and you'll see all the colors. I have all the colors up here that I've used for this whole thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm only going to use 3 of those colors. I'm going to use, and I'm going to start with the lightest one, just in case I don't get it fully clean. So I'm starting with Misty Moonlight, sorry. I'm going to have to move some of these out of my way so that I have some space here so you can see. And I'm going to, let's do this. There we go. All right. So I'm going to take my Brayer with my rubber bands around on it, and I'm going to run it through this Misty Moonlight a couple times. And you'll notice that when you use a Brayer, you can't just, I'm going to bring this over here so you can see better. You can't just go like this because you're only getting from here to here actually inked up. You have to actually go all the way, pick it up, and you keep going all the way. You don't have to push really hard, especially with this technique, because you can see I've got a bunch of ink right here. So I'm going to not push very hard now on my paper, but I'm going to do this in all in one direction, but I'm going to give it a little bit of an angle. So I'm going to start here and go like this and like this, kind of like I'm painting. This is how they tell you to, like in a W shape, you know, they tell you to paint on your wall. So now, I don't want to get ink all over the place, but so now what I'm going to do is bring in my chamois. I'm going to try and ink some of this off first. Get some of it off in there first. I always like to do that on scratch paper because then it saves me cleaning my chamois too often. And then I'm going to finish cleaning it on here. Again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm not just rolling back and forth like this. I'm going all the way and lifting and bringing it back to clean that off. So now we can try with our next color. And I'm going to go with the green. This is Mossy Meadow. And we're going to do the same thing with the Mossy Meadow. And maybe my W is going to be in a little bit different direction. You can go both ways with this. Mine are all going the same direction, but you could definitely do it this way too. Maybe I'll do that with the other color. I'm just doing 3 colors today. So let's see. We started that way. Let's go this way. That's kind of cool. I think it needs a little bit more dark green over here. So I just run it through a little bit. That's kind of cool. All right, I'm going to move that and clean this off again. Bring in my chamois and clean it off some more. Now you know that your chamois doesn't come completely clean, right? It stays a little bit stained even when it's clean. This happens to be a fairly new chamois, so that's why it's so clean today. But now that I stuck my thumb in it, in the ink, I'll just grab it and take it off with it. All comes out in the wash, right? Okay, so now we're going to take back Blackberry Bliss and we're going to do the final color. Now I'm afraid, I'm not sure I want to go the other way, so I'm going to keep going the same way. You try what you like, because you never know. It comes up with, and in my little example, I'll show it to you again in a second, but my little example, the rubber band, the Brayers went both this direction and this direction. I'm not sure if it went on an angle or not. We'll take a look at it again in a minute. So, okay, let's maybe go. Well, got a little bit of that Brayer itself on there, which will be okay. So maybe we'll put that one at the bottom. Okay, that's kind of cool. Anyway, there's the technique. Let's move this out of the way. Bring the cleaner in here. Get that out of the way. And it looks like I've got ink on my surface here that I'm not going to want to stick something in, so let's just wipe that off. Have you seen this new glass mat? That's what this is. It's really awesome. I'm really liking it. I'm still learning all the things, but watch for a video coming up soon on all the different ways that this is so cool. All right, so because I feel like it's going to be wet now, I'm going to bring this nasty thing back in. All right, so I've got the Misty Moonlight cardstock, and it is your typical card base. And then, so this is going to go on here. And then I have another Misty Moonlight piece. This is, I think it's an inch. Yep, it's an inch wide by, I think I started with 4.5 inches. And I was just going to make a little banner coming down like this. So I guess, you know what, let's just start gluing it all together. Why wait, right? Make sure my card's opening the right way. Here we go. And it's feeling quite inky, this thing. Lots of ink on there, I guess. And now this little banner that I pre-cut just to try to keep the video moving along fairly quickly. Line that up there. And then I also did with the trusty tools. Let me bring that in and show you the trusty tools. This is in the mini catalog that I just showed you. So the trusty tools, and of course the dies that go with it. So in this particular instance, I was trying to just use stamps and ink, and then I did end up using the deckled circles. That's what they're called, deckled circles, in order to cut my circle layers out. But beyond that, everything is just stamps and ink. And then of course the brayer with the rubber bands to show you the technique. But so on this one, we're just going to put on circles. I like to just use 3 dimensionals. You can use as many as you like. And we're going to just have a nice Happy Father's Day card. So that's the Happy Father's Day card. I did do another one. So let's bring in this one. This one is using the Mossy Meadow is the card base. I used the same colors for the background here, and then I used the Misty Moonlight circle and the paintbrush. And then I should just point this out quick. So what I did with the trusty tools is the paintbrush is stamped in pecan pie, and then the solid handle portion of the brush I stamped in pecan pie, but then I stamped it off before I stamped it in here, so you'd still be able to see the detail of the brush itself, the brush handle itself. And then this little piece down here is actually paint. Isn't that awesome? So of course I had to use the Misty Moonlight and then put paint on the end of the brush. Anyway, I thought that was cool. And I had no idea what that was even for, that little piece right here. When I first got this, I thought, now what is that? So anyway, got it all figured out. It's all great. Hopefully, let me switch back to, you can see me now. Hopefully you'll get some use out of that technique. It is quite fun, and you can mix and match any colors. You could do multiple colors. You could do more than 3 colors. You could just do 2 colors if you wanted. I think in my example, try and find it in my book again. But I think in my example, it had, I think I only used 2 colors. I don't even remember. It doesn't even look like 2 colors. It looks like just 1 color. Like I just ran it in at this point, I'm gonna show you this. But I believe, can you even see it? There it is. It's got a light on it, glare. But anyway, I want to say at the time that color is called Only Orange. Don't ask me how I even remember that, but Only Orange. And I think that I just ran it over several times, all the directions, and that's why you see the lights and the darks of it. One more quick thing I told you we would come back to in a minute is the mini catalog, and the dates that we have on it are through April. So be sure to get your items that you can't live without in there quick too. So, all right, I think that's everything. Again, if you're watching the replay and these products are not available anymore or maybe out of stock, I challenge you to substitute them with something else. Let's see what you can create. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And until next time, don't forget, every Wednesday I drop a video. So if you're looking for something to do or some inspiration, check it out. I've got a YouTube channel. It's called Stampin' on the Hill as well. So check it out. Thanks.